do you think that the tax code in Massachusetts has special interest tax loopholes? And if so, which ones would be your priorities to close? So that's Ms. Hegarty first.
Sure. Yes, I'm concerned that those of us who are working people are taking the brunt when there are, in fact, very real loopholes, if you will, or issues that should be addressed or updated or shored up in a way that brings fairness but also protects revenue for our Commonwealth. In particular, the internet sales tax issue has come up recently. If you purchase something in the internet and there's not a physical presence of the company here in the Commonwealth, you don't pay tax. That's a huge source of revenue that is simply not being harvested by our Commonwealth. The Treasurer just wrote about this recently. It would be my position that that would be a priority as a place that we could look to for significant, there's statistics that it could be over $300 million in revenue that we could achieve by shoring up that loophole, if you will.
I'm also going to point to the internet sales tax loophole. And my thought on it is somewhat different. I feel that it hurts small business, and that's why we need to look at it. Small businesses here provide a lot of jobs and a lot of good places for us to shop, for a lot of good services, and especially in regard to the goods that we purchase. In many cases, small business can simply not be competitive with internet retailers because of this loophole in the tax code. And if it's something that we could change, it would raise more revenue for the Commonwealth that we could invest in infrastructure needs. And it would also level the playing field to make sure our small businesses are protected, which do provide jobs right here in our community.
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. I put the question in a somewhat broad context, and that is, this state used to be known as Taxachusetts back in the 70s and 80s. And then there was a tax cut from 5.95% down to 5.25%, and also unearned income. There were reductions, and it costs about $2.5 billion a year in lost revenue. The campaign for our communities is talking about restoring those to the same levels they were at before. I don't favor that as an immediate step, although I'm open to it. First, I think we have to look at the tax expenditure budget so you can come to taxpayers with clean hands. How can you go and ask for a tax increase when there's a film credit that studies have shown for every job created, it costs the state about $140,000 of tax giveaway. So I think there's a two-step process here to get that critical investment we need in our society. I think first, Jay Kaufman sponsored a study of the tax expenditure budget. I think in the next session, I hope to be working on reforming that budget. And then if that's not enough revenue, we're going to have another conversation with voters.